We are back at Attingham, and I think I need to start by apologising. Where it's been weeks and weeks since I did one of these vlogs. Um, the reason for that, well, there's a couple of reasons really. The first one is our camera broke, quite simply. Um, so we've had to upgrade, and I've invested in what I hope's a better camera, and I hope the sound quality comes across a little bit better for the vlogs. Um, But secondly, it's just been absolutely manic. There's been all sorts happening. I mean, in the last in the last load of vlogs that you've seen, there was all sorts getting nicked, wasn't there? Like we had tractors getting nicked, we had bits of equipment getting nicked. I mean, that has continued all the way through. All sorts has gone, and it's like they can just never catch anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Just no one ever seems to get caught. It seems so well organised that things go at like perfect times. It's really, really weird. But last night, and I've just been told this. Trevor's just told us before I started recording again. Uh, Last night there was like a police chase and all sorts. It's, I mean, for those who aren't familiar with the area, this is like a tiny. There's a tiny little village, Atcham, that's close by. Um, and like we're just sort of in the surrounding area. And apparently last night, someone tried to or did successfully break into the Browns farmhouse, um, Mr. Brown's farmhouse. When they've been in there, they've got the keys to his. Sorry, I'm just taking a look, make sure the massey's there because we might be using it later. Someone's took the keys to his car, to that pickup that he's got, and made off with it. Luckily for him, and I suppose maybe for all of us as well, they've been caught. They've been blocked in by police, and one bloke's been locked up. Um, I mean, that was only sort of, I don't know what time exactly it was, last night, early hours of the morning, I'm not sure. But that's the crack, that's what's happened. So hopefully, things might start settling down if he's the one who's been doing it all. I think, from what I've heard, from what Trevor's heard, uh, Farmer Brown's got his, or Mr. Brown, I suppose. He is called Mr. Brown, who is a farmer. Has got his vehicle back, and I don't think there was anything else gone from the house. So, I mean, all looks good. The reason we come around here, we'll probably go back to that at some point, I'm sure, because it is literally the most exciting thing that's happened in Attingham for, well, how long have we been here now? We're getting on to a year here, aren't we? So, yeah, literally the most exciting thing that's happened. But the reason we come around here, I just wanted to have a look to see where we're at with our crop, because if you remember, this is our crop. We hired this or rented. We didn't hire. You don't hire a field. Leased. I don't know. Whatever it is, we have given money to Trevor to be able to farm this field this year. As it stands, there's still no sort of deal in place for what we can do with it after we've took the crop off. But we've got our wheat crop. It's not ready yet. It won't be long. Looking at it, maybe another month or so till that's ready. We still have to work out how we're going to get it off, to be honest, because Trevor doesn't own a combine. I obviously don't own a combine. In fact, I don't even own a tractor at the minute, but we'll come to that. Yeah, I don't own a combine, so how are we going to get it off? I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I was going to say we'd have to go up to the store up in town, but even then, I don't know. we'll cross the bridge when it comes to it. What we are going to be doing today, though, is Trevor does some of his fields are ready to harvest. That one straight ahead is a barley field. He's just told us that's the one we're going to be working in today. We're just waiting because he's got a harvester coming down. It's been delivered. We're just waiting for that to come, then we can start work. He said it'll be here before 9 o'clock. So, I know it's just gone 8 o'clock. We'll wait for it to come. There'll be a header coming down with it as well, because Trevor doesn't own a header either. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait for that. What I'll do, I've learned from when we were recording previously that switch the camera off as much as possible because it saves battery. There's lots of other stuff to go through. I know we've missed quite a chunk. I'll get you all up to speed on where we live in now and everything and what's happened with our tractor, our beautiful Deutz D80. But we'll tell you all about that soon. We'll wait for the harvest to be delivered and I'll switch back on. Right, the header's turned up. It's 9:15. We're still waiting for the combine. I can't see anything as yet. I'd have liked to... Oh, here we go. This might be it. I was going to say I'd have liked to have started by now because obviously the longer it takes to get here, the longer we're working out in that field. And it'd have been nice. Do you know, he's going pretty fast. He needs to slow down a bit. Must have decent brakes is all I can say. Well, he didn't want to stop for me, did he? He obviously knows where he's going. I mean, to be fair, what it's delivering isn't bad. But we'll have to get that bad boy off, won't we? Give us 2 seconds. Right, we're free. We're free. I think that wagon, he's just gone in to have a cuppa with the driver's just gone in to have a cuppa with Trevor. It'll be leaving because I think we've got this for a few, well, probably more than a few days, to be honest. It'll take longer than that to get done what we need to do. I'd imagine this action will go as well unless they're leaving it down at Trevor's farm. But let's get... I'll have to do a better job at straightening up than that. It's actually going to be the field on the left that we're going to be working in. As close as possible. We'll get out, make sure we hooked up properly. Yep, PTO's in. And yeah, absolutely fine. Right. We're going to have to move that class, aren't we? We're not going to get round there. Right, let me get in the tractor, I'll get that moved, and then we'll be able to start. Okay, so we will enable the swath drop-in. That's good. We will unfold. We'll get into position first. And let's get going. I didn't really expect to be using a machine this big, to be honest, but Trevor obviously has already... Do you know, we're going loads faster here than we're not even going faster, are we? We're like literally going 6 miles an hour, but it seems like we're going so quick. Yeah, Trevor's obviously spent some money on this. I know who he's got it from. He's leased it off Miss Aintree up at Moulton Farm. That's where he's got it from, and I know that's where that class is as well, because we've actually used that tractor before, haven't we? But yeah, I still didn't think you'd be using something like this, if I'm honest. I thought we'd be using something a little bit older. But I mean, she seems to be... look back. She seems to be sort of scaling right back, doesn't she? I don't know if you remember. She sort of inherited that farm. Father passed away. I don't know if it was last year. I think it might have been last year. I'm not sure. But quite recently, she's took on the farm. If you remember, it's a pig farm, isn't it? But she sort of likes to spend her time with the horses, and that's what she does. She breeds the horses. So I think she's just sort of not interested in the actual farm side of it. So yeah, if you remember, Trevor leased them. There's a huge field up there that she's got, absolutely massive. I can't remember how many acres it is, but we planted it, didn't we, if you remember. He's leased that for the year as well. There we are, back to leasing land, or renting land, or however we say it. So yeah, Trevor's obviously putting all his money back into trying to make money this year, and that goes a long way when you think that he's using, or he's hiring bits of kit like this. I say using, getting us to do it for him, obviously, which I don't mind at all, seeing as he's paying the wages. I can't exactly complain, can I? Check. Yeah, we're alright. I'm just going to take a headland off first, and then we'll start probably going up and down. I've already put the drone up. I don't know if I said that when I first got in. The drone's up, so we'll probably start using that. It is the same drone as last time. That works absolutely fine. That hasn't broke. That hasn't been stolen. So that's a bonus. Just make sure we're getting the edges done. Yeah, that's certainly a bonus. Saved us some money. Okay, in fact, we've just had, talk about paying wages, the sum just dropped in. He did owe us some, to be fair. He owed us from, I think it was last week, but that's just gone in, which does nicely. As far as sort of our money goes, you can see we just over 3 grand. We've done nothing but save, because if you remember, I mean, we still are, to be fair, but the last time we did a vlog, we had the tent. I've still got a tent. I'm still living at the same place. I'm still living at the fishing lake, just over up past Attingham. I'll turn this off a second. Yeah, still living up there, but once we get into sort of autumn, winter area, we'll not. That's just not going to be an option. It's going to be absolutely freezing there. It's not bad. It's like July now, so that's not bad at all. But that's not going to be possible once we get into the winter months. So that's what I've been saving for. Do you know, this is absolutely class. This is class. That wasn't intended. I've stopped because I need to go and get a trailer. I need to go and get a trailer to start unloading anyway. It's going to be me doing both, unfortunately. The twins aren't here. Trevor's busy drinking tea, so it's all on me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the trailer, then I think we'll probably put the drone up and we'll start getting the footage from that. We'll come back probably, I don't know, either when the drone starts beeping at us or when we're close to finishing. I'm not sure, but will not be long. So we almost there. What time we on? Just after 2 o'clock. It hasn't actually took as long as what I thought it would. I thought it would have been there a bit longer. Do you know, I'll come back on and I'll start missing bits. I mean, Trevor knows I make these vlogs. However, I don't think he watches them, and I'm pretty glad that he doesn't. If he sees us doing stuff like that, I will go back and make sure we get everything. I say get everything. There's a bit around the edge, but other than that, I think we've done a pretty decent job, to be fair. In a decent time as well, you can't complain about that, can he? To the point where I'm sure he'll have us doing something else for the rest of the afternoon. Just on a note, the wagon that delivered the combine has now gone. However, the class is still there. It's still parked up with the header trailer on, so I can only assume that that's going to be stopping down here. What do you mean? If it's stopping down here and we're able to use it, possibly? That wouldn't be the worst thing, would it? I'll go back and get them little bits there before we empty it. I could probably make a start in that field over there, although Trevor hasn't mentioned it. Even if I just go and take the headland off, because I'll only be doing it over the next couple of days anyway, and the weather's absolutely perfect for it at the minute. Right, there was a bit here and just a little bit further down, and then we'll go and empty it. So I did stop for a little bit just to go and get something to eat. There's been no further update about what's happened to the bloke who was locked up for the burglary at Mr. Brown's house. I mean, hopefully, given the fact that they found him in his car, and I don't actually know who rang the police. I don't know if it was Mr. No, this is so awkward. I don't know if it was Mr. Brown himself or one of the workers or what, but hopefully he'll be able to get charged with any luck. I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it? And it's working so far because nothing's been nicked in the, I don't know, 12 hours or something that he's been locked up, so hey, it must just be him, mustn't it? Let's tell you what, let's just go and take the headland off. I'm going to be finishing vlogging for the day, because I don't want our vlogs to be too long. But let's just we'll go and shift the class, and then we'll take the headland off, ready for work for tomorrow, I think. Right, we're back in. We're literally gonna get this done and then finish up. Yeah, there we go. Where? Yeah. We'll get this headland took off. We'll finish up for the doing the harvest, because when I was out there with the class, I don't know if it felt like it's gonna rain. You can see it's getting a bit grey as well overhead, and I don't want to be caught out harvesting while it's raining, so I think we'll have enough time to do this and then we'll be done. So yeah, I mean, next time we come on, It'll be within the next few days as well. It won't be. I'm not going to be leaving it weeks and weeks without doing the vlogs. Maybe a week at the absolute most. But when we come back on, I'm hoping we'll have an update about the burglar. And we're going to have to look for a permanent place to live as well, aren't we? We're going to have to find somewhere because it's just no good. Oh, I tell you what, the last thing just before we go, our dates. So if you remember, we went to a auction, didn't we, at Little Norton. Went and looked at tons of tractors, absolutely loads. And there was a few that we bid for, but anyway, we ended up getting the Deutz. And it was running perfect, and I absolutely loved it as well. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous little tractor. A Deutz D80. Well, it ran for a bit, and then it just seized. I was driving just down towards the farm, and yeah, nearly flung us off. Everything just seized up. It would sort of, as if it would turn over, but it just sounded awful. I couldn't go anywhere. So basically, it's in D&G's now. They're having a look at it to see what needs doing with it. Can it be repaired? Does it need a full new engine? If it does, can it even be fixed? I think tractors of that age, I don't think it's overly. I mean, don't get us wrong, I've never really worked on tractors of that age, but I think they're normally quite easy if the parts are available, and that's the issue, isn't it? Like, there's not much to them tractors, is there? But can they get the parts for them? So it looks like, although it's beautiful, I may have bought a bit of a dud, which is an issue for us because that was like, how much we paid for that? It was about £5 or something, wasn't it? We paid for that, which is no good for us. But, I mean, I think it's going to be a few weeks until I hear back from them. He did say that they were like mega busy, and they were just doing it as a bit. Although obviously I'm going to pay them for the work. They're looking at it as a bit of a favour more than anything. So yeah, one of them things, I suppose. But we will leave it there. We will be back, like I said, within a week or so, and I'll just get the end of here, and then we'll see what else we've got to do. There's absolutely tons of work. I mean, this is literally the busiest time. We've got all of Trevor's fields to harvest, even the ones that he's rented up at Malton Farm. We have no help from the twins whatsoever. I've been told they've gone on holiday. They've finished uni and, well, finished for the year, and then gone away for a bit. So God knows. It's just me for now. I mean, Trevor does bits obviously, but that's why I'm here, doesn't he? He pays me for it. But yeah, join us again next time on another episode of My Farm Life. So thanks for watching.